Okay, so for today's T is for Tech, we are going to look at the referral system within KW Command. So if you log into Command, the fourth item down is Referrals. Again, you can click the red KW to open up the module menu to see what those icons correspond to. If we click into referrals, this is our referrals dashboard. So Keller Williams has a network of over 180,000 real estate agents. And what we've done here is we've created a point for you to access agents in other markets to send and receive referrals to or from. When you first pull up your dashboard, you'll see any pending invites to your referral network. So while we know that we have this network of 180,000 agents, this is a system you're going to use to purposely engage with individuals. Building your own kind of network within the Keller Williams world. So we've got pending invites to other people's networks, pending referrals, that is referrals that have been accepted and we're just waiting to close and get a payout, referrals that are received, maybe not accepted or processed yet, and sent, maybe not accepted or processed yet. So the first thing that you'll want to do if you're looking to send or receive a referral is, of course, identify an agent in the area you're looking to either refer to or receive referrals from. To do that, you can click Grow My Network right here, and that will pull up a map-based search for you to look all across the country for agents. So for instance, if I want to find someone in let's say Jacksonville, I'll just dial down. And there are a couple of different ways that you can search. So if you'll see, we've got a lot of green numbers here. Let's see. It's a little slow. And it's sorted in a couple of different ways, or you have the ability, I should say, to sort it in a few different ways. So all of these numbers are production metrics. These are units sold in a particular area because we're sorting by production here in this filter. So for instance, if I click down, it's going to continue to zoom in as I click on these icons and give us a breakdown of sales. And these are specifically the number of sales that these individuals have performed in this particular area. So you can continue to drill down until you see a particular agent who sold 36 homes in this area, 29 in this one, however you want to choose them. Another way that you can do it instead of production, and this is my preferred way. I think it's just a personal preference, frankly, but this is the way that I like to do it. It's market centers. And so when you do that, let me zoom back out here. It will, sorry, my zoom's being a little slow, show you actually where market centers are located in a particular area. And in some other areas, let's say if I wanted to move to Atlanta, where we know there are quite a few market centers, slowly but surely, zoom out a little more. Come on, Atlanta, we're getting there. Okay, so in Atlanta, there are quite a few market centers, and you know this because this is 17 offices here within Atlanta. And so if we drill down, it's going to break them out according to area, and you can continue to drill down. So if I pick this office that has, or this icon that shows 3 offices, I can drill down further to figure out where those 3 offices are located in that particular area. And so once I've found an office near the location I wish to, let's say, refer to, in this case, I would click that office. And what that's going to do, of course, it'll give me the office information, but it'll give me a list of all of the agents in that office. Now this list is sorted randomly. So you can, if you choose, sort it by closed units, listings sold by size, or if you do have a tenant placement opportunity, you can sort by leases as well. Once I've identified someone that I want to refer to, I can add them to my network using this icon. And this little icon doesn't seem to be popping up, but that is to send a referral. Usually you'll see a little, like an email kind of paper airplane icon there. I'm not sure why it's not popping up today. So if you go to send a referral, it's automatically going to add this individual to your network. So you don't have to do that beforehand. And you can specify the type of lead, the amount of the referral you wish to receive. And the coolest part, in my opinion, is there's an acceptance deadline. Because I know that when we kind of would do this traditionally, you might send an email with a referral form. You've already given them the contact info. They haven't said anything. That doesn't mean they're not working with them. Maybe they're just a poor communicator. Not that any Keller Williams agent is a poor communicator. We know that. But you can set this acceptance guideline here, and then that way, if you don't get a response, you can basically take that lead and reallocate it, refer it back out to someone else, because in this system they don't receive the contact information until they accept the referral, so you don't have to worry about creating some sort of conflict there. It's got some quick details for you to fill in regarding the referral, any notes you want to add, and then you can either select a contact from your database, or so I could select Mr. Piamba as my guinea pig, or I could create a new contact. You'll provide some additional information here. You'll add, well, in this case, you would add the contact and send. If I picked a contact from my database, I would just send it. And that'll go off to that agent. They'll get a notification here in command. They'll get a notification via email and a notification via Kelly on their phone. And then when you're back in your dashboard, you'll see it's sitting and sent until it's been accepted. It'll move to pending, and then eventually it will close. There's also an area for you to, for you to track a referral. Oh, okay, I see. So this would be to pull up past referrals for an individual. It's kind of like a filter search. Sorry, I actually hadn't glanced at that before. And so that's Referral Network 101. And then once you've started adding people to your network, so let's say I didn't have a referral to send immediately, but I want to go ahead and start making connections. I can use this to search for people, add them to my network. And of course, if you are doing this the correct way, you will want to click this little arrow, pull up their info, and give them a phone call. Again, it's a people business. A conversation needs to be had or should be had first. We know that that's the most effective way to approach this. So you can give those folks a call, maybe build a relationship in that way. And over time, you'll have a network of people that you have linked up with via our KW referral system. And you'll see these are all the people in my referral network. There's 103. Frankly, that's because some folks have gone through this system and just added everyone they could, or added every MCA in every office. And I haven't even, Tom Romero, I've never spoken to him. So you'll get some that are really just kind of people adding everyone they can because they're not being really purposeful about it. And I advise against that. You should always have a conversation. But of course, I've got some people in our office that we've tested out some referrals and things like that with. And I do have some MCAs in other areas I've linked up with and went ahead and added to my referral network. And that's kind of Referrals 101. So there's network, there's a map-based search. You can pull up any referrals that are past, present, future, etc. You'll see these filters here. And this is a great way for you to generate some mailbox money while you're working on your core real estate business. Again, you'll basically send this referral out. You can also send it via your Kelly app. And then we still strongly advise you sending a written referral form, which we have on file in the Facebook group, as well as I believe in DocuSign. If not, I always have a copy and can provide it on the fly. Always get a document signed. Though we can track this without a doubt in this system, you always want to be cautious about relying completely on the technology. Get a contract signed, essentially. It's a one-page referral form. It's easy, and then we can guarantee that we'll follow up and make sure those monies make their way to you when that closes. Now, a second or a follow-up tip that I have to this actually involves our listing system. So if you go down to the bottom, next to the little for sale sign, we have a listings tab. And this takes you to KWLS 2.0, Keller Williams Listing Service 2.0. About a year and a half ago, I want to say, we actually, each and every one of the 832 offices now across the country, signed a direct IDX agreement with all of our different MLSs across the country, so that now all of that MLS data is accessible to all of our Keller Williams agents across the country. So where if you were maybe trying to assist a friend or a client that you plan on referring a little bit further along in the process before referring them out, maybe helping them identify an area or even some properties to look at, you'd largely have to rely on either having already contacted an agent and getting that information, or Zillow. Where now what we're able to do is you can actually pull up this system and you can dial in to different areas all across the country. It's taking its sweet time here. Pardon me. Come on. My computer's being a little slow too. This isn't just command. Let me see if I can just search here and pull up. Like if I said Cleveland, if I could spell Cleveland. There we go. Let's pull that up. So I want to refer a client in Cleveland. It actually has it broken down by zip code at this scale. And then when you start dialing into zip code, it's going to break it down for you by neighborhood. Again, we're neighborhood focused. It's a local business. And so I could actually drill down into specific neighborhoods and see what sales are or what houses are available, and maybe provide my clients some further guidance or some added insight ahead of sending out that referral. And I would think if you can get them to the point where they've even decided on the house that they want to buy outside of, maybe an inspection period and some of those things. But since we're moving virtually, it's not unlikely. It is likely that we will get to a point where people are purchasing homes sight unseen at an increased rate than we see now. It's pretty minimal now, but I have a feeling that's going to change. And so if you're able to identify a property that they actually want to purchase and you can connect the agent to just do the transaction, I would think you could garner a higher referral fee because they don't have to go through the search process, which is really the more intense component when it comes to the larger home buying process. The transaction part should be pretty simple. It's automated. You run through it aside from any hiccups you might have, but it's always working with the buyers to find the property that really takes the most time and energy. So I think this is a really great opportunity too for you to help provide some further guidance, do a little bit of legwork for that agent, and as such garner a larger referral percentage. So that's 2 little tips and tricks regarding referrals and using the listing system, Keller Williams Listing Service 2.0, to get some added information to provide those individuals you are referring out. And that's all I've got for T is for Tech today. I hope that was a quick and easy snippet that you can implement in your business today. And yeah, let's see if we can get some mailbox money in here. The nice thing about that too, by the way, is that compliance is minimal. We'll pretty much accept everything in, scan in all the documents that we have, and as long as we've got a referral agreement and copies of those checks, we're good. So it really takes a lot of the legwork off your plate in that regard as well. Thanks so much for joining me, and I'll see you next Tuesday.